Are you experiencing a cycle of loneliness and yearning to be free? Honestly and completely free? Then join us on a transforming journey as we discover practical strategies for overcoming loneliness and support you in reaching your full potential. Even while loneliness can be a difficult emotion to manage, it doesn't have to be the center of your existence. In this engrossing video, we explore the depths of loneliness and offer effective tips for overcoming it and becoming your best self. Let's begin by understanding just what loneliness really and truly is. Then we can talk about getting it behind us and getting free, okay? So at its fundamental core, loneliness is an emotion that results from a perceived gap or discrepancy between one's real relationships or sense of belonging and one's desired social ties. It's a subjective or biased feeling that can be influenced by a variety of things, including social setting, one's temperament or personality, and then the personal circumstances or situation at hand. Here are sisters, we've all been lonely throughout various times of our lives. It's common, and to be honest with you, it's very natural and normal. We're not talking about the regular loneliness that's common to being human and living. We're talking about when loneliness turns into a persistent and enduring state. When it has a major negative influence on one's general well-being and quality of life. Here, it's transformed from being simply a passing moment of aloneness or a brief absence of human company to something deeper and more painful. What we term as regular loneliness is more of a feeling, right? But that other loneliness, that deep in your soul one, is a persistent and distressing condition that affects many facets of your everyday life. This is real and true loneliness. And not the healthy loneliness, but the loneliness that can be harmful, the loneliness that grows beyond being just a feeling, rather it manifests as a pervasive and enduring state that significantly impacts one's overall well-being and quality of life. This harmful state of loneliness goes beyond occasional bouts of solitude or a temporary lack of companionship and has become a chronic and distressing condition that permeates multiple aspects of a person's life. Here, loneliness has transcended mere, very normal emotional feelings and has become something more profound and complex. And this more profound and complex type of loneliness can manifest itself in several ways. For one, emotionally. Prolonged loneliness can have a devastating emotional impact on one's mind and soul. Feelings of sadness, emptiness, and longing can intensify, leading to a profound sense of despair or hopelessness. These emotions can contribute to mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. Then there's the effect loneliness can have on one's physical health. Research suggests that people with chronic or deep loneliness may have weakened immune systems, higher levels of inflammation, increased risk of cardiovascular problems, and compromised sleep patterns. The stress and isolation associated with profound loneliness can further contribute to a variety of additional health concerns. Then there's the cognitive effect deep loneliness can have on a person. Persistent loneliness can affect cognitive performance, resulting in difficulties with concentration, memory, and decision-making. Can't you see how the lack of social interaction and stimulation can contribute to cognitive decline and a decrease in overall cognitive performance? Can you see where loneliness can contribute to increased negative thinking patterns, which can further exacerbate feelings of loneliness and distress? We need each other, not only for emotional company and support, but also for stimulation. Being in relationships can aid in the enhancement of one's reasoning skills and intellectual growth through the sharing of knowledge, information, and facts. But none of this can occur if a person is in a deep fog of loneliness. As loneliness intensifies, the individual may withdraw further from social interactions, making it challenging to form and maintain meaningful connections. This can lead to social withdrawal, isolation, and the person struggling to initiate or maintain relationships. Can't you see how all this can lead to a self-perpetuating cycle of isolation? Also, the fear of rejection or judgment can exacerbate these tendencies, making it increasingly challenging to break free from loneliness's grip. Then there's the spiritual ramifications deep loneliness can have on a person's life. Deep loneliness can spark existential questions and can lead to reflections on one's place in the world, further resulting in a severe sensation of isolation, detachment, and lack of purpose or meaning in life. Persistent loneliness can erode self-esteem, self-worth, and self-confidence, potentially leading to a negative cycle of continued withdrawal and self-isolation. This person is understandably lost, as they search for ways to alleviate their feelings of isolation and find a sense of belonging and community. Here are sisters and village. It's critical to recognize when loneliness transcends from being a mere feeling to something deeper, darker, and isolating. It's obvious and spotable if we slow down in our lives and look seriously at our dear friend. Like myself, she can be an introvert and enjoys her own company. In fact, brief periods of solitude can be beneficial and provide opportunities for self-reflection, personal growth, and introspection. However, there's a level of wanting to be alone that isn't right, and it shouldn't feel right either. Wanting some alone time for self-reflection or personal rejuvenation is one thing. Completely isolating oneself is very different. I'm speaking to you, village, but also to you, sister, who may be caught up in the grip of deep loneliness, the unhealthy loneliness, and not truly realize it. Let's look at a few points together, okay? And talk this out. Does your being physically or emotionally separated from others give you a sense of rejuvenation and rest, or are you feeling a sense of aloneness and disconnection? Is your solitude a voluntary choice to be alone, for self-reflection or personal rejuvenation, or do you think it's from a deep sense of loneliness where you'd really rather not be so alone? Do you have limited or no social contact with others, often resulting from physical or geographical barriers, lack of social support, or intentional withdrawal? Do you feel estranged or disconnected from society, your community, or even yourself? Do you feel as if you don't fit in, you're not understood, or not accepted just the way you are? Do you feel this emptiness inside you? An inner void or hollowness that's making your sense of loneliness all the worse? Do you find yourself feeling no connection to your community, a lack of purpose, fulfillment, or meaning in life, as well as no meaningful connections? Do you feel as though you're in a funk? For those of you who may never have heard this term, it's used to describe a state of low mood, low or no energy, or emotional distress. It typically refers to a temporary period of feeling down or unproductive, which may include elements of loneliness, but is not solely limited to that. Here are sisters. Our sister who's experiencing deep loneliness needs our support, empathy, and possibly intervention. Remember, we're a village, and as a village we need to not only care for one another deeply, but we need to show this loving care every day if we can. This means we can't let a sister waste away all alone, when we can show up and be there with her and for her. We're not saying this will be easy, but we are saying it's definitely possible. Addressing chronic loneliness can require a multi-layered approach, including consulting a mental health professional, participating in activities that promote a sense of belonging, establishing social connections with others, and developing a self-care, self-compassion regime. Now, regardless of how intense, or even gloomy, all of this may sound, we can all have hope that it's possible to overcome loneliness and strive to become your best self. Overcoming deep loneliness may require time, effort, and patience, but it's possible. And there are several strategies you can put into place that can help you along the process. First, start by developing a deeper understanding of yourself, your needs, and your values. Be reflective as you think on your interests, passions, and goals. This self-awareness can guide you towards activities, communities, a village as it were, and ultimately relationships that are in line with who you are. Can't you see that being a part of a community can contribute to your overall mental health and well-being? Then you want to invest in building a support network through seeking out opportunities to connect with others who share your interests, values, or goals. Join clubs, organizations, or communities centered around your hobbies, passions, or the causes you care about. Attend social events, classes, or workshops where you can meet like-minded individuals. Hear me, sister, I know this can be hard. Very difficult hard. I'm sure you may not feel like doing any of this. Please understand, we get that. Being naturally introverted, it can be tough for me to go to places where I don't know anyone. I have a tendency to sit back and not be the first to speak, but over time, as I get a comfort level with people and the surroundings, I start to flower. I believe you can, and will too. Just dare yourself to step out. Make yourself step out and watch things come together for you. Next, you want to build a support network of women who can provide companionship, emotional support, and a sense of belonging. This is the simple definition of a village. And know that a village isn't about quantity or numbers, it's about quality, like-minded souls that want to do life together. This is about the fostering of meaningful relationships that will last a lifetime. Know that relationships like these take time, and you personally invest in yourself and effort, but know this truth, it will be well worth it. Think of it this way, that you're surmounting any fears or hesitances to invest time and effort in nurturing meaningful connections with women who genuinely care about your well-being and want you to care about them. This is the village concept of shared mutual support. Open up to others and be willing to be vulnerable with them, allowing for deeper and more fulfilling relationships to develop and flourish. Then you want to make it a habit to practice self-care. Dear sister, you need to take care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being if you're going to be a help to your family and environment, but also if you want to realize the best life possible for you. Engage in activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and rejuvenation. Prioritize self-care practices such as exercise, healthy eating, sufficient sleep, and engaging in hobbies or activities that bring you fulfillment and joy. Explore your interests, develop new skills, and engage in activities that expand your horizons. Set goals and work towards self-improvement, which can boost your confidence and sense of fulfillment. You have no idea how simply tending to you and your needs will help you to not be so sad and lonely. It may sound a bit odd, cliché even, but think about it. A happy, fulfilled, satisfied, open, peaceful you can brighten and bring loving joy to your entire home, your workspace, and your community. Next, you want to challenge negative thoughts and beliefs the minute they appear. Loneliness can sometimes lead to negative self-perception and self-talk, so you want to challenge these negative thoughts the minute they enter your mind and replace them with positive and empowering beliefs. You can tell yourself things like, I am stronger than the loneliness I'm experiencing. Fear and anxiety can't hold me back. Though I am not perfect, I accept myself completely. I will treat myself with kindness and patience today. I welcome good thoughts only and release negativity. I know I am here for a reason and I will accomplish my purpose. I am ready to start fresh today. Today is a day for love and kindness, so I will start with loving and being kind to myself. Strive to practice self-compassion daily, as you remind yourself verbally, if you have to, that you are worthy of connection, belonging, and friendship. Then there's this, which I've said before and will never tire of saying. Sister, seek professional help if needed. If feelings of loneliness persist, deepen, or start to significantly impact your well-being, consider reaching out to a mental health professional. They can provide guidance, support, and strategies tailored to your specific situation. If you're a member of a culture that doesn't allow this, or frown upon this, then seek out a trusted best friend or family member to meet and talk to. There are times when we all need someone to walk out a problem or issue with us. There's no shame in asking for help. Remember, we were built for community, to be a part of something bigger and more than ourselves. We say this to you with all belief, and that's, you have the strength to overcome loneliness and create a life filled with purpose and connection. Believe in your own resilience, trust in the power of human connection, and never lose hope. Your story is still being written, sister, and the chapters ahead hold endless possibilities for love, belonging, and happiness. Keep moving forward, for a brighter future ahead for you. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.